title, The Invisible Mistake and the Boy Who Learned to Own Up. Once in the lively town of Everbrook, there lived a clever yet mischievous boy named Felix. Felix was known for his quick thinking, big ideas, and most of all his legendary ability to avoid getting caught when things went wrong. If a flower pot mysteriously broke or a pie disappeared from the bakery, Felix always had an excuse. "It wasn't me, I didn't do it. Maybe it was the wind?" he would say, flashing his charming smile. One day, while exploring his grandfather's attic, Felix found an ancient bottle covered in strange symbols. The moment he dusted it off, a burst of shimmering blue mist swirled out. Felix coughed, waving his hand to clear the air. That's when he heard a deep, echoing voice. "Congratulations, young master. You are now the owner of the Mist of Erasure." "The what?" Felix asked, peering at the mist. "The Mist of Erasure," the voice boomed. "Simply whisper the words Mist of Erasure, and any mistake you make shall become invisible." Felix's eyes widened. "You mean, if I spill ink on my homework, I can just make it disappear? If I drop my mom's favorite vase, no one will ever know?" "Precisely," the misty voice confirmed. Felix grinned. Life just got a whole lot easier. Lesson 1. When no one sees the problem, it's still a problem. Felix wasted no time testing his new power. He knocked over a cup of juice Mist of Erasure, and the stain vanished. He accidentally stepped in mud and left footprints all over the kitchen Mist of Erasure, and the floor looked spotless. Soon Felix felt unstoppable. One day at school, Felix was playing soccer when he kicked the ball too hard straight through the principal's office window. "Uh-oh," Felix gulped, but then he smirked. "No problem." He whispered the magic words, and poof, the shattered glass was gone. The principal came out, scratching his head. "Did I imagine hearing that crash?" Felix held back a laugh. This was the best trick ever. He imagined all the things he could do no more, getting in trouble for forgetting homework. No more cleaning up his room, maybe even making broccoli disappear from his plate forever. This is just the beginning, he thought with a smirk. To celebrate, Felix bought himself the biggest ice cream cone in town, but as he walked, he tripped over an invisible puddle of juice he had erased earlier. The ice cream flew into the air and landed directly on his head. "Great," he muttered. "Now I have vanilla-scented hair." Lesson 2. Just because it's invisible doesn't mean it's gone. But then, strange things started happening. Felix noticed the juice he erased had left a sticky spot. The vase he had vanished from sight. His mother still tripped over it. And the soccer ball? It was still inside the principal's office floating in midair, completely invisible. As the days passed, the invisible messes piled up. Chairs would randomly topple over, kids at school kept bumping into unseen obstacles, and his house suddenly felt like a haunted mansion. Felix's mistakes weren't gone, they were just hidden. One morning, Felix woke up and smack! He walked straight into an invisible mountain of erased homework, dirty clothes, and half-eaten sandwiches that he had Mist of Erasure over the past few weeks. He groaned, rubbing his forehead. "I knew I should have dealt with this earlier, but who knew mistakes could turn into an obstacle course?" He had Mist of Erasure over the past few weeks. "Okay, this is officially out of control," he groaned, rubbing his forehead. He tried tiptoeing out of his room but tripped over something invisible and tumbled down the stairs like a human snowball. When he landed at the bottom, his little sister pointed at him and said, "Whoa, that was the best magic trick I've ever seen. Do it again." Lesson 3. Owning up and making things right. Realizing his magic trick had turned into a disaster, Felix knew he had only one choice to fix his mistakes the right way. He started with the principal's window, going to his office and admitting, "Sir, I was the one who broke your window. I'll help clean up and pay for it." The principal, though surprised, nodded approvingly. "Owning up takes courage, Felix. I'm proud of you." Next, Felix spent an entire day cleaning his room, unerasing every mess and fixing what he had tried to hide. When he told his mom about the vase, she wasn't even mad. "I appreciate your honesty more than any vase," she said, hugging him. When Felix finally unerased the soccer ball, it immediately fell off the principal's shelf and bounced straight into his coffee cup. The principal sighed. "Well, at least now I know I wasn't imagining things." By the time Felix was done, he felt lighter, happier, and free. No more invisible mistakes lurking in corners. Just a fresh start. From that day on, Felix still had adventures, but now, he knew the best way to fix a mistake isn't to hide it, but to take responsibility and make things right. Meanwhile, his little sister kept whispering, "Mist of Erasure," over her pile of vegetables at dinner. Felix smirked and leaned in. "Nice try, kid. The magic doesn't work on moms." Their mom simply nodded, unfazed, and passed his sister an even bigger spoonful of peas. "Nice try." their mom said, raising an eyebrow.